there are several lean tools which you will be learning as we go through the program. All the tools will one way or the other way will try to reduce the waste. Waste in the sense non-value adding activities. It will try to reduce your cycle time. If you can reduce your cycle time, but you are not actually reducing it, that is also considered non-value adding, right? And then bottleneck and the processes which where no the that becomes the red no the what do you say the main source of the problem. It could be cycle time or it could be producing more defects, and all these are called bottlenecks. So lean, the goal of lean is to reduce or eliminate the waste, cycle time, and the bottlenecks. And there are several tools lean toolkit offers. One is called 7 waste. This was given by Taichi Ono. And look here, there is a word Tim Wood. You can use this to remember all the 7 ways. Transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, over processing, and producing defects. These are all waste, right? And the problem is all these wasteful activities are generally hidden in any organization. You should be able to visualize, and then only you will be able to measure, and then only you will be able to reduce. And you will be, we will be teaching you all the 7 ways, through the lean sessions. We have an expert exclusively talking to you on the lean tools. And similarly, 5S. What is 5S? A simple workplace organizing tool. The beginning point of your continuous improvement, right? So it stands for sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. What is sort? Removing unnecessary materials from your workplace. Not only removing unnecessary materials, also removing unnecessary steps in your process, right? Unnecessary activities in your process. So unnecessary materials as well as unnecessary activities is called sort. Then set in order. What is set in order? I'm sure all of you have a permanent address. You have a physical permanent address, your residential address. You have your mobile number. You have your email ID. You have your WhatsApp number. There are many permanent address you have. Why do you have? Then only people can reach to you whenever they wanted to meet you. Similarly, do you provide a permanent address to each and every item in your organization, to each and every equipment in your organization? That is called set in order. You give a permanent location to each and every item, every equipment, every tool in your organization in such a way that the storage as well as retrieval is easier. That is called set in order. Then third one, shine. Shine is not only keeping your workplace neat and clean, it is also keeping your tools, equipment, and everything in a properly working condition, right? And that is called shine. And then standardize. Create a way, make a way by which all your people always practice the 3S. That is called standardize. Everybody, who is doing the job, consciously, unconsciously, he must practice all the 3. If you do that, if you achieve that, that is called standardizing. Whether I'm doing the work or you do the work, the result is always same. That is called standardizing. Sustain. Make it as a habit to your people by by improve by providing some uh, control measures, like do some audit once in a quarter. You can audit the department in terms of 5S score, and then you can reward them with some incentives, and all these practices will help you to sustain the practices of 5S over a longer tenure, right? And this also you will be learning. And then Kaizen. What is Kaizen? Small, achieving small improvement by empowering everyone to participate in the quality improvement projects. And you can make everyone, irrespective of their role, irrespective of their position in the organization, you can actually make everyone carry out small improvement projects. When you have the habit of solving small problem, bigger problems cannot happen in your organization. So that thinking is called Kaizen, right? Where it's again a Japanese word. Kei means no change, Zen means better,
Better.
changing for the better, right? And then we have tools like SMED, single minute exchange of dice. I already told you, it doesn't mean simply changing your dice. It simply means making quick changeovers, like how a restaurant stops producing, the breakfast varieties at 11 o'clock, and quickly from 12 o'clock onwards, you get the lunch varieties. And again, evening, 5 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, the lunch variety stops, and 4 o'clock onwards, they start producing the evening snacks varieties, and then it keeps going. Same way, if your customer demand over your product keeps on changing very fast, can you also make quick changeover so that you will not miss any of the order? That is called SMED, single minute exchange of dice. The aim is to reduce the changeover time. And another thing is Kanban, nothing but making your system a pull based. Like, a trigger is required to manufacture anything. Like when you ask me a question, then I give an answer. Otherwise, I really, go with my regular. Same way, a trigger is required, and then only you manufacture products. Otherwise, there is no point simply manufacturing product without a trigger in the sense there has to be a demand. If there is no demand, what is the point you keep on producing more in quantities? It is going to be useless. So a trigger can be a card, trigger can be a light, trigger can be a sound, any signal. And you can understand this with an example of a coffee vending machine. You put 10 rupee coin, it prepares a coffee and gives you. When it will give the next coffee? Only when you give you the next 10 rupee. Can you make your system work like a coffee maker, right? Isn't it? So a trigger is required, and then only items are produced, products are produced. Yeah.
Sir, one doubt is there. In SMED, our aim is to reduce the exchange of die time below 10 minutes or within 1 minute, because it says single minute. So it is in single digits or within a single minute.
See, changeover time, you reduce to the extent possible, and they could say 1 minute and 10 minutes, but it may not be always possible to bring all the changeover within 10 minutes.
Right. Sir.
Actually, where is the necessity for reducing the changeover time? Wherever your cycle time is more than the takt time.
Okay.
You know what is takt time? The demand rate from your customer.
Customer demand. Right.
If the customer demand rate is high, but your cycle times are slow, that means your cycle time is more than the takt time. Customer wants you to produce, let's say, 1 unit every single minute, but your cycle time is more than 1 minute. Now, how can you produce product within a product every single minute? It is impossible. So cycle time has to be reduced. When you want to reduce the cycle time, there are two options. Either you improve your process. Right. Otherwise, if there is a setup time associated with your process, reduce the setup time. So reducing the setup time, what is your aim? You want to make your cycle time less than the takt time. Sometimes 1 minute may solve your problem. Sometimes 10 minutes may solve your problem. It could depends on the measurement, right? But generally people say, making the changeover within a minute, and that is why it is called a single minute exchange of dice.
Okay. So really it will also depend on the series of activity I am doing in the changeover. Yes. Now, how I can convert internal to external or external to internal.
Exactly. Okay. You need to figure out each step and then classify each one as internal and external, and then you can simplify.
So there is no specific thumb rule. It's entirely based upon our system and our system requirement.
Yeah. If you ask me a rule, then I would say, see to that your cycle time is less than the takt time. That's all.
Cycle time is less than.
If cycle time is less than takt time, there won't be any delayed delivery, and you are safe. And further improvement, it depends on your muscle power. You can improve to whatever extent.
Okay. Thank you.
And VSM is a value stream mapping, which is a tool which will help you to get a view of all that is happening in your factory. A single diagram, or I would say an advanced version of your process flow chart, which will not only monitor how your process is flowing step by step, it will also monitor how the material is flowing, how the raw material is gradually getting transformed into the finished product. And not only that, it will also capture and visualize the way the information is flowing. So there are three things that is getting monitored. One is process flow, another one is material flow, and third one is information flow. If we bring everything in a single diagram that is called value stream mapping. And this is important to understand your process in the as it is condition. How work is happening right now in your factory. You understand only after creating value stream mapping, and then you will be able to find out the improvement areas. You will be able to calculate cycle time, you will be able to calculate lead time, and the changeover time, all that will appear in your value stream mapping, and thereby you will be able to transform your process to a future VSM. And then TPM, total productive maintenance. How can you use maintenance as a tool to ensure you always produce products with the right quantity in a right way, no, and at the right time? So that approach is called TPM. And then 3M, 3M, which stands for Muda, Mura, and Muri. Muda means waste. What is waste? Anything that is unproductive. And who should say it is productive or unproductive? Not you and me, but your customer should say. If your customer says what you are doing is unproductive, no further question. Customer is the king, customer is the god, and so you must immediately consider eliminating it. If you can't eliminate it, please reduce it, right? And that is Muda. And Mura is unevenness. Imagine you have 3 trucks. Each truck capacity is 2 tons. Now you have to transport 6 tons. The best idea is load each truck with the 2 tons. If you are not doing that, let's say you are overloading 1 truck. No, maybe let us say you make 1 truck with 1 ton and another truck with let's say 2 ton, and then the third truck with 3 ton, and now you are doing you are using your resources in an uneven fashion, and because of which your lead time will obviously increase, isn't it? So that is called Mura. And another thing is overloading. When you load unevenly, that will also sometimes lead to overloading. Your truck capacity is 2 tons, I said, but however, you are loading a 3-ton work there, and that will lead to overloading. So these 3 are shortly called as 3M. So Lean will focus on eliminating all the 3Ms. Hope so far is good. Any questions to me at this stage?